I walked in on a cult. I was backpacking deep in the Northern California woods in the early 2000s with a good friend of mine. A full day into the hike, we hadn't seen a single other group. During the first night at around 4 a.m., we were awoken in our tent to what sounded like screams in the forest. Big, guttural screams. Obviously, we were freaked out sitting in the tent not knowing what was out there. Then we started hearing what sounded like hail for about 10 minutes, followed by heavy footsteps near our camp. My friend and I started yelling and making tons of noise, and the commotion outside the tent slowly came to a halt. Perhaps it was a bear. In the morning after, of course, not sleeping at all, we unzipped the tent to the creepiest scene. Surrounding the tent in a near-perfect circle were 20 or so 100 to 300-pound boulders. My friend and I noped out of there, making a 3-day hike into one, practically running back to the car. But as time went on, we did not seem to be passing any of the checkpoints we had previously passed the day before. We must have made a wrong turn from the panic we felt in the morning, so we decided to retrace our steps back to the camp. Something was clearly off, but it gets weirder. These heavily wooded areas have very little to no cell service. Yet, as we're hiking, my cell phone, which I rarely use in the wilderness, starts ringing. I answer, and it's my wife, who I had told not to try and call or text me while I'm in the backcountry. She answered that she was just checking up on me, and that she got worried when she saw the time, and I hadn't called her the night before as we had planned. I told her I would call her that evening from the car once I finished the hike, and after she had put our daughter to bed. She said okay and hung up. We made it back to the original campsite feeling increasingly anxious. That's when I saw them. There was people in the forest watching us. I can see them through the trees. Of course, I'm now freaked out again, and I tell my friend we need to get out of there. That is until about an hour later when my phone started ringing again. I answer, and it's my wife again, but this time she's screaming. She says, "You need to get the hell out of the woods right now and come home. There are people looking into our house. They're waving at me to come over." We practically ran to the car, making it a point to not look back. I called my wife from the car, and she explained what she saw. She said she was at home on the couch and saw through the bedroom window what looked like 3 or 4 figures waving at her from the edge of the woods. She said they were humanoid in shape, but it was too dark to make out any details. I told her to call the police, but by the time they arrived, the figures had left. Was it the Illuminati? Cryptids? A cult? Needless to say, I don't go camping anymore.